What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to the NXT Round Up. And it is a pleasure to be joined once again by my co-host, Mr. California. What is going on, brother?
What's fucking happening, bro? Thanks again for having me on the show, the NXT Roundup show with you. It's always great to be having a chin wag with you, my friend, about what's going on with NXT. So thank you again for inviting me.
Absolutely, man. It's my pleasure. And it is me, the dad bod god, the bald, the beard, and the fucking beautiful Piers Austin. And we are brought to you by the MWA Podcast Network. Wherever you are finding us, as long as you are finding us, hit that subscribe button, like, share. If you were listening to us on a podcast platform, leave us a 5-star review. It helps with all that good shit. And if you're following us on YouTube, please make sure to subscribe, thumbs up, and share and comment and all that good shit too. But guys, just want to give a quick shout out to our sponsors. First up is Healthvape.com. Now, Healthvape California is your healthy vaping alternative. All of their products are no nicotine, no addictive or harmful chemicals. And I know you're going to ask me this. Yes, they are. They are vitamin infused. So, guys, go and check out healthvape.com. Use promo code MWAPOD to get a 10% discount on your final purchase. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, is sleefs.com. That's SLEEFS, sleefs.com. Now, if you or someone you know is an athlete, you need to check out Sleefs. They've got everything from all forms of athletic wear and gear. They've got armbands, they've got compression pants, compression shorts, compression socks, headbands, mouth guards, boots, and the piece de la resistance, the dirty boxes. And you've heard me rave about these dirty boxes, guys. They are the most comfortable boxes you will ever find. They stay dry, they stay fresh, and they've got a funky design. When the belt buckle comes undone, your partner's going to get quite a giggle on what's at the front of your boxes instead of what's inside them normally. But guys, check out sleeps.com. Use promo code MWAPOD and get a 10% discount on your final purchase.
Wonderful.
How you doing, brother?
Yeah, good, bro. Good. Bit of a weird week.
Dude, you've got a really cool new setting in the background, I must say, dude. I'm a little bit what's the word? Background envious, maybe. I don't know. It's a very cool setup, brother. I have to appreciate it, man. Cheers to you.
Thanks, bro. Yeah, it's a work in progress. I'll get there eventually. I'm still not happy with it, but
hey, man, it's always going to be a work in progress, brother. We got someone commenting already. We got Mr. Michael Mados, my brother from another mother. Good morning, Bada Bing in the house. Bada Bing, thank you for tuning in for NXT Roundup, brother. It's always a pleasure to see you. But, man, starting off this show, we pretty much got a recap of the main event that happened last week. Bron Breakker, Tommaso Ciampa, and Dolph Ziggler in a triple threat for the NXT Championship. Ziggler going over here, and this was part of my prediction process with it. I thought that they were going to put the belt on Ziggler, give him a decent run, because there was nothing really much he was doing on the main roster, and it's no fault of his own, but I think he sort of reached that glass ceiling where he's at, and I think that where he was at, it was just like he needed something to change. I think this chance to go down into NXT, have a solid run as the champion in NXT, and really sort of elevate that, but also elevate his level of performance. Like, I think he did get a level of stale for a while, where it was like you just saw him backstage doing the same general shit, which, he's a hell of a performer, dude. Like, I'm not going to lie, but I think that this is a kick in his career that he needs.
Yeah, it's been interesting seeing him be let loose a little bit and not be so restricted in what he's doing, being just stuck in a tag team or whatever. Yes, he is in a tag team, but we're seeing him now in a role where he's the guy of a certain brand. So he's showing that he can do it. And, it's, again, a main roster guy going down there. That's certainly going to put more eyeballs on NXT. And this NXT 2.0. And look, it happened again, bro. I ended up having a little bit of an argument with someone on Twitter.
I told you, bro, like arguing with people on social media, like remember the kids that sniff glue in school? Yeah, those are the people that you're arguing with, dude.
I know, bro. It's so stupid, but like I couldn't let this one go because it was just so nonsensical. And the guy was bringing up the fact that Ziggler's older. He's damaged goods, all this stuff, and it hasn't been working. Like him coming down or Riddle coming down, the ratings haven't gone up. But like I pointed out that the rating last week did go up when Ziggler won the belt. So, and then there was he had to come up with a different example at that point to try and win the argument. And then he was pulling anything and everything out of his ass to try and win the argument. But in the end, people on Twitter, I think Ziggler being there is a good thing especially for Braun.
I think it definitely is. And like the word is that they're going to be elevating Braun up into the main roster, which I think, is he talented enough to be up there? Can he hang up there? Yes. Should he go up there now? No.
I agree.
I think, another 6 months, that kind of feels rushed. You put the NXT title on him. He held it for how long? A month, maybe 2 months, and then drops it to Ziggler.
I'll check it.
But even then, like he dropped the title to Ziggler, but he didn't get pinned, right? So he's not looking weak by losing the title.
That's
what I
mean?
Yeah. And Ziggler pinning Ciampa, does that hurt Ciampa's career at all? No, because Ciampa every time he's in the ring there, he's putting on an amazing performance.
Yeah.
And when you're putting on the level of performance that he is, fans don't care if you win or lose them. Like, you know what I mean? Like they want to see you win the title, but if you lose it, they're not going, oh, wow, like, I don't think I can cheer for him anymore. He got pinned by Ziggler. That's not how the fans look. But like, I think if he consistently got pinned by Ziggler, like every single week, every time they were in the ring together, then okay, yeah, then you can see that as being a burial. But you can't really say that for the matches that he had with Ziggler where he did get pinned, because he also did win a couple as well. So it was a 50-50 feud in my eyes.
Yeah, bro. And as I just checked, it was 63 days he was champion. And that brings me to another point that you just reminded me about when I was talking about this Twitter argument. Because I said, Ziggler winning the belt, that's a good thing. You want to see Braun chase the belt, because the babyface chase for the championship has always been a story or an angle that has drawn more money than a babyface long-term champion. How often, how prevalent has that been in wrestling history? And the guy's response was that, when Goldberg was in WCW and he won the championship there in '98, how can you go against that one? And it's like, well, you do realize that the ratings started going down towards the end of 1998, bro. Every instance of a long-term babyface champion, from what I gather, has not really drawn ratings consistently, unless you're speaking about Bruno and Hogan, which was a completely different time, especially with television and all that back then. It was a completely different time. So I think a heel champion.
I completely agree, bro. I completely agree with you, because like, even looking back in those eras, like the Bruno and the Hogan era, a different era where like the baby faces could have that long run. But you look at like the Stone Cold era, for example, when he won the belt, he had it for like a couple of months, dropped the belt, you know what I mean? Like, and then didn't get it back for like, yeah. And that's the thing. Like, it's always a thing when the baby faces the chaser, when they finally get that victory over the heel, that 1, 2, 3 after, a hellacious match, and then and get that massive pop. That's the payoff, right?
Absolutely.
So then after that fact, dude. So after that fact, the baby face is the champion. Great. Then there's the next challenger. They have a decent run. To me, Stone Cold, like I said, perfect example of that. Eddie Guerrero, another perfect example of that. He the story is that he overcame the beast incarnate, Brock Lesnar. Sorry, that's the pretty bad. But once he got the belt, it was a great victory when he won it. But when he lost it, the dramaticness of it, and then he's like, you know what I mean? Like that was the whole thing. It was a perfect story from start to finish with Eddie's run. But getting back to the point, Bron Breakker being the champion, look, I feel like he probably could have had another month or two left in his run as champion. And I agree. I think he'll stand over strong as champion, and baby faces to me is better as the chaser. But that's just a personal opinion, Yeah,
but it's a fact with drama, television drama. Most of the time, when you get to that point where the good guy in the show gets up, it's because there have been 10 episodes of harrowing bullshit that they've had to go through in order to get there. It's the same formula that works in every single TV show. Why would wrestling be the complete opposite? So that's what I was saying to this moron on Twitter about it. I was saying in every single instance of television, this is how it works, and you get to the payoff, that's where it means the most. You're out of your mind. So anyway, I just wanted to get that out, and now I feel better.
Damn, bro, fucking California's fucking shooting on this week's
fuck him, bro. Fuck
NXT
him.
Round Up. Fuck yeah, brother.
He ended up blocking me too, the little pussy.
You bad man. But look, dude, getting into the show starts out with Miz TV, brother. And his guest is Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode on Miz TV. The first 5 minutes of this show was basically Ziggler and Miz putting each other over. You know what I mean? Like it's, they're good friends in reality, or in the real world, I should say. Pardon me. But the first 5 minutes of that, LA Knight comes out, interrupts the show. Dude, the fact that LA Knight could come out and get a reaction like that over Ziggler, over Miz, you know what I mean? Like, I thought that was pretty good. Like, even the crowd chanting his name, and we mentioned this in the past, dude, of, fans not accepting name changes, and, like Walter and / Gunter and, stuff like that. And it's like, that crowd could easily shit on him when he goes, LA Knight, and just go, Drake. And I would think that'd be pretty fucking funny, to be honest. But, like, the thing is, they don't, because he got his character over. You know what I'm saying? Like, he is so over, it's not even funny. So for him to get in there and get the reaction that he gets there, and when he goes, yeah, you're right, I'm not a superstar, I'm a megastar, that really is making a statement of him saying, like, hey, I can hang here with you guys and let's do this. And you know what? Like, and it came off confident, it came off believable. And that's what I really dig about, LA Knight, man.
Yeah, it was a great opening segment. I really enjoyed when he interrupted, because I was like, I wasn't expecting it. So I was thinking, geez, what's this going to lead to? So, when that happened and it started to slowly but surely worm its way into it being a possible main event for the show, I was rubbing my hands together thinking, all right, here we go. LA Knight in the hunt. I like it. And the last point I wanted to make before I let you continue on is people getting upset at name changes. No one got upset when they changed Papa Shango to the Godfather. People get repackaged all the time. People get name changed all the time. Like Pete Dunne's now known as Butch. Oh, well, if he's good enough, he'll get it over. I think Butch is a fine name. Over to you.
Yeah, you like, dude, you must be high to think that Butch is a fine. Like, I'm sorry, man, but I can't agree with you on that one. But we'll move on. Dude, yeah, look, I thought it was a pretty cool segment to open the show, and to be honest, I think that was like one of the highlights of the show. There was another highlight which we will get into and I will mention. But after that, we saw Cora Jade with a backstage interview. So basically she's stolen all the women's championship belts. So clearly, like, they've gotten rid of William Regal. So now who runs NXT, bro?
Fuck.
Like,
No,
you know what I mean? Like,
there's no rules
like
of bedlam.
I feel like they should put like Wade Barrett as like GM, who's like on commentator. Like he's just like, I'm out there calling the shots. He's like, you know what?
That'd
Fuck
be
it. I
great.
want to see this.
That would be great, bro. It's like you got Kaylee Ray for weeks just smashing shit backstage, smashing shit, and then walking off and not cleaning it up. Like she's not getting in trouble for that. You know, this is getting out of hand, bro.
It's wrestling. It's
But,
wrestling, bro. But it just, to me, it just makes me laugh that like I think that if you were to put Wade Barrett in that position and he just go, okay, mate, sorry, look, I gotta go deal with that backstage. Where's Beth? You know what I mean? Like, just get someone like have another commentator there that just sort of steps in when he has to step out. And I think that would be really fucking cool. And I think it'd be good to have him there because he does have that presence and he is that good of an entertainer to pull it off.
definitely, bro. And one thing I want to ask you about with the Cora Jade interview when she took down each belt, did you hear the disgusting Velcro when she pulled off the main title? I was like, you've got Velcro on your main championship there. Like, can you not think of something else when it's supposed to be for television? I just thought that
it's all WWE belts of Velcro.
Are you serious? What happened to the what do you call it?
Snaps?
Yeah.
No, dude, they have them all Velcro, so they're easier to put on and off from around the waist.
Well, it's all right from a distance when you're watching on TV. You can't hear it go, but
yeah,
Velcro, bro.
I'm hearing you, man. But so yeah, we see the Cora Jade thing. Then she's got all the women's titles, and she's gonna have like the chasers like after her to try and get hold of her belts. But then we see Santos Escobar. I just butchered that completely. I apologize. Versus Cameron Grimes. Now, this match, as soon as I saw this, I was like, oh, okay. Like this isn't something to sneeze at. Like these two are phenomenal workers. But I'm gonna shoot on one thing. No entrance for Santos Escobar. That's fucking bullshit.
No entrance for either of them, right?
That was like a half entrance for Cameron Grimes. Like the thing is, like, dude, like, Santos Escobar has a cool fucking entrance. He's a heel, but he's still got a cool fucking entrance. Put that shit on fucking TV, dude. Like, you know what I mean? Cut a fucking backstage bullshit segment that's just not needed. But like, have that entrance. But we saw Camelo and Trick on commentary. What do you think of this match and the commentary added to it with Camelo and the Trick stuff?
The match was all right. Nothing offensive there with the match. Both are great at what they do. I'd still don't really. I'm not into Carmelo Hayes. He gets asked the question, why defend it in a ladder match? I don't know if Wade said. I just want to use his accent, but why would the heel defend it in a five? Why would he decide to defend it in a 5-man ladder match? And he said, "I'm the A champ. I do what I want." For me, just the psychology of a heel champion. Why would he put himself in a situation on purpose where the stakes are high and the potential of him dropping the belt is at such a high level, considering it's a ladder match and there's other people, more than one person in it? To me, that just was one little tiny thing that annoyed me.
Yeah, because it's kind of weird that like you would just go, yeah, I'm gonna put myself in a fucking ladder match. You know what I mean? Like, Like I get, and yes, I get everyone who's listening or watching. We get what pro wrestling is, but we're talking about the psychology of it, and the psychology of it doesn't make sense for a heel to go, yeah, I'm gonna put myself in a ladder match.
Yeah, and
Babyface probably get away with it. Babyface, maybe.
Yeah, of course. A babyface showing he's got the balls. I'll put it on the line in a ladder match. I don't care. I can do it. But a heel,
yeah, no.
Maybe I'm conditioned. Maybe I'm conditioned to think that all heels should be chicken shits. But
no, I get it, bro. But I thought this match with Santos Escobar and Cameron Grimes was probably one of the standout matches for me, straight up. Both guys are phenomenal performers. They're great, solid match. I couldn't say anything negative about it. I couldn't point out anything that I didn't like about it. I think these guys work great together. I'd like to see more of it, to be honest, because I'd like to see a series of matches with these two. And it's kind of disappointing that Escobar's, Grimes isn't going to go into the ladder match, because I think Grimes going into that would have been a great sort of, he's that sort of performer that can adapt to that sort of style of wrestling and just, add to that match so much more. Santos Escobar as well, another guy who I think has been underused a great deal in NXT for the longest time.
Yeah, bro, I was surprised to see Escobar win, actually.
But you know what? Like they're wanting, WWE always want to have the next, Latino star, and Latina stars, right? They've got Raquel Gonzalez and they've got Santos Escobar. Both of them look like fucking rock stars. You know what I mean? You could both decent workers. Escobar, phenomenal worker, great promo, over. And can really get the heat when needed as a heel, and I think he could probably perform it and turn that gimmick into a babyface role as well. Obviously altering a couple of things, but I think that there's a lot of potential there to have those two as those top Latino and Latina stars to present to those markets. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're huge markets, man, and since Eddie's been gone, they've tried it, with several people and, Del Rio, I suppose. And you always have Ray there as well. And, there's been a couple others, but, right now they really need that market represented for sure. And these two, yeah, you're right. They could be those two.
Yeah, I mean, they're in NXT now, but if you invest the time and money into them, then they can be whatever they needed to be. But the fact is, both of them speak perfect English. They speak Spanish. You know what I mean? Bilingual, and can easily go in there and put on phenomenal matches, entertaining promos, can talk in front of the crowd, can talk in front of the camera. To me, it makes perfect sense, but what do I know? I'm a podcaster. But moving on, we did see Escobar go over in that match, so he's going into the ladder match, which is going to be at WrestleMania weekend. Next, we see a Kaylee Ray and Io Shirai promo. Intense, solid. These guys look like a killer tag team.
Agreed.
And now you've got Io Shirai's injured partner, Ricky. What's her name? Sorry,
something Starks, right?
Yeah, I think Nikki Starks.
Right.
Good, decent worker. Looks phenomenal. But this team sort of makes sense. And could we see a build of this team, going on, winning the title, Starks coming back and just absolutely turning it back and turning full on heel on Shirai? That would be a good segue to do it, as opposed to just having the bubblegum ending where she comes out and hugs both of them.
Oh God, I would hate that.
Being in the corner. I think, come out to start that and then her just fucking lay them both out. And then, you know what I mean? That to me would be old school heat and old school going after it. And to me, I'd love to see it. That would be the ideal end to that. So,
agree. Good idea, bro. I like it. I like it.
Then we saw your favorite performer.
Not GG. Wendy Chu.
Wendy Chu, Dakota Kai, cutting a promo, and then that quickly gets interrupted by Toxic Attraction looking for their belts.
Yeah.
And then a little bit of a standoff with Wendy Chu and Dakota Kai and Toxic Attraction, which obviously Toxic Attraction, in storyline, they're the top of the heap. They're not going to be looking at anyone on their level. So, they walk off. And Kai and Chu, you know what? I'm starting to want to see what they do with this tag team. Like it's interesting to a certain point because I find Wendy Chu a very interesting character. I don't know if I hate it. I don't know if I love it, but I'm intrigued by the whole sleeping gimmick because it's when it first thing I was like, what the fuck? Right. But now I'm just she's funny. This is entertaining.
Yeah,
she's entertaining. You know what I mean? That is cool. I'm enjoying her work. Dakota Kai, I've always said I've never been the hugest fan of her stuff. And that's not me shitting on her or saying anything negative. It's just personal opinion. But this interaction, I'd like to see how it goes. If you have her turn heel again on Wendy Chu, and you've done this for the third time in a row, doing a heel turn with her, and just phasing it out, you need to build something across it if they're going to do it again.
Yeah, definitely, bro.
But next was Kushida versus some kid.
A kid.
That's right. A kid. All right. I'm going to say one thing and I'm going to throw it to you, brother.
Okay.
If anyone under contract in WWE needs a name change, it is A Kid.
Yeah, that's a very astute point there, my friend. I didn't have
A Kid.
He's the A Kid. I don't know. You already got the A Champ.
You know what? You could call him the Kid, and that could kind of be a throwback to well, I suppose his gimmick isn't really a Western gimmick, but it's the Kid. The Kid sounds kind of cool. A Kid just sounds like
shit.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know. In the ring, to be honest, this match, on paper should have been fire.
Yeah, I wasn't really into it, bro. It was okay. The only thing I remember and the only note that I wrote was that he fucked the finish.
I wrote
you're going to go for that Rey Mysterio, Eddie Guerrero, Halloween Havoc 1997 backflip DDT off the top rope. What he did. You better hit that thing. You better hit that thing because Ray and Eddie even admitted themselves they tried to do it several times after that one time they did it perfectly and they could never quite get it right again. So for your debut, I wouldn't have risked it doing something like this. Maybe he's hit it flush before, but wasn't too impressed. But with that, but it was what it was. I at this point realized that I forgot that jacket time were a thing.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Kushida, amazing performer. I had, here besides the name change, obviously, Kushida's transition into the crossface looked fucking bizarre. It was almost like a half weird pinfall thing. I wrote here the DD finish. I just wrote nope. Nope, should have not have been the finish. No fucking way. They should have called an audible and said, "Hey, hit me with something else. Take it home."
I don't know what it is, man.
That looked fucking it looked terrible, man. They should have said that, or even the referee should have said, "Hey guys, man, that fucking sucked," or something like that. Someone in the camera saying, "Hey, do something else, hit a different finish."
Yeah, it's the same thing that I thought with not to change the subject too much, but yeah, the AEW Revolution. Darby does the big coffin drop and completely misses Matt Hardy, yet pins him. And Matt Hardy was out there, and I was thinking to myself, how could you not just go, hey, okay, let's just think of something quickly to, like, you know, finish this off properly, because we can't end it this way. And it's the same thing here. I don't understand what's going on these days. Maybe they're told, hey, if you fuck up, that's too bad. You know, we've got a tight schedule to run by here, but if you fuck up, think of something else.
It could be the same dude, like, you know, in music, right? So you've been in a band, right? So as a vocalist, so if you fuck up as a singer, what do? Just keep going.
Yeah, pretend that it was meant to happen.
Yeah, you just keep going. You don't go, fuck, sorry, go, guys. Yeah, I know we're like halfway through this track. Let's just fuck, like, yeah, I know we've just done the third verse and we're in the final chorus, but let's just start again, bro. I can do it good. Guys, just chill, just start jumping. You know what I mean? Like, I can get it, but like, you can always, like, in wrestling, I think you can always call that audible. I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Audible.
Audible. I think you can always call that, and you can always go, hey man, like, let's just fucking pick me up, slam me, do something, you know, hit me with a super kick.
Yeah, that's it.
You know, like something. But you know, at the end of it, I thought both good performers, but that match was not great.
No, could have been better.
Yeah, and like I said, I don't want to shit on what people do in the ring, because, you know, they do it and I don't. But to me, I didn't enjoy that match personally.
Yeah,
but I do think both of them are good performers. I just don't think that they synced up well in this match, and it could have been a communication thing as well, because both, you know, speak, you know, different languages.
Yeah, that's true. That's possible.
But backstage, we see Legado del Fantasma cutting a promo. You know, Mysterio's enter Dominic with his little boy mullet thing happening. I don't know, dude. Like, he kind of looks like me when I was 6. You know, back and forth, you know, they're turning around saying, oh yeah, Rey Mysterio came to meet the greatest luchador of all time. You know? And then he's like, that's like, really, bro? You gotta say that in front of Rey Mysterio? Like, I get it, good way to get heat, but it's kind of like, that just sounded fucking kind of stupid. And then like Dominic to come in and get the burn over him, like, I don't know. I kind of felt like that segment was to get there. Dominic comes in, put him over. That's what he did. But like, to me, Dominic, you know, on the microphone doesn't have the confidence. Was Rey Mysterio the best talker? Probably not. But he was okay. He was okay on the microphone. Like, he was always believable in what he was delivering. Where Dominic, I feel like the believability in what he's saying isn't there.
No, he needs more practice, that's for sure.
Yeah, dude. And you know what? Like, I don't know, like, and like, tell me what you think about this. Like, I watched the match, and look, you know what? I'll wait. I'll get into the match later. But like, that segment was there to pretty much get Dominic over, and it wasn't anything that special, to be honest. That segment.
What I picked up from the segment was how quickly and lazily they figured out how to turn that into an issue. Because when Ray rocked up, it seemed like everything was nice. So they again, this lazy cookie cutter interruption of an interview backstage that happens every fucking week. And this is how we come up with issues that lead to a confrontation in the ring. Lazy. Not happy about it. Thank you.
Not happy, Jan. Not happy. But then we see Saray versus Tiffany Stratton. Sorry. Stratton jumps Saray backstage. Dude, I'm going to say this. Stratton looks like a fucking killer, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you see the shoulders on her, man. Like, she looks fucking, like, just incredible. Incredible. Yeah. Her finish, dude, that was a cool fucking finish.
Yep.
That's
I love the shit out of this segment. This got me wide awake again. Not only because Tiffany Stratton was out there, but this is the battle of the supposed creepy gimmicks that were thought up by old men. I think Tiffany's character is fantastic because she's a spoiled fucking brat, and she's mad. I think Saray. I think this just gives her a fresh coat of paint, as they say. I don't see anything weird about her looking like a Japanese schoolgirl. I don't look at it and think of it because I'm not looking for something creepy. I'm just thinking, oh, that's her outfit. Cool.
That's a gimmick,
yeah,
bro. Like
it is.
like what was she doing before? She had no sort of
Nothing.
story behind her, so this is something at least for her to sink her teeth into.
That's it. But Tiffany, bro, I loved how pissed off she was, man. She looked like she really sold the anger quite well.
I'm gonna shit on this match, and I'm not saying shit on this match, but I'm gonna point something out in this match which just sort of made me go. And it was when Saray does the thing where she like kicks through the ropes to go after Stratton. Stratton moves and she slips out of the ring and she falls.
Yeah, she felt. Yeah, that looked really shit.
Not that. She gets up in the ring, rolls into the ring. Oh, stands up, then goes into the corner and just stands there going, oh. Right. And then Stratton does the fucking handspring, the handspring flip thing. 1, 2, 3, 4. And like she can sit there and make a cup of coffee, have a biscuit, call her mom, check in overseas, have all that done, maybe get dinner ready in the oven and still be there. And Stratton's still going to be flipping. But like, dude, like that to me was just like, what? What was that? You know what I mean? Like, I get that was the part which leads into the finish.
Yeah.
But like, no. Like, even if she stayed in the ring, like, would she have flipped quicker? Or do you think? Like, I don't know. Like, I'm looking at this going, how would this ending have like planned out have worked? If she didn't fall out of the ring, was her falling out of the ring planned? I don't think it was because you kind of see the deer in headlights look.
Yeah, maybe I zoned out for a little bit there when watching that part. I do remember spilling to the outside, but after that, I don't remember much except for the end of the springboard. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I had a nap, and then by the time I woke up, she hit her with the springboard.
Oh, dude. Next we saw Gunther and LA Knight backstage.
That
not a
sounds
bad,
like an interesting thing, right?
Yeah. Not a bad little segment, little back and forth. Gunther saying like, you know, you get in these opportunities because of your mouth, blah, blah, blah. I did like when Knight was going, yeah, well, hold on a second, you're looking for some charisma, you'll find it around here somewhere. Because I think that is probably one thing that Gunther is missing is probably more like of a charismatic, like he's very stiff, but I think that is also part of his gimmick and part of his mystique.
Yeah, that's a part of who he is. You know, some people don't need to be a charismatic showman. You know, that's not what he's been, you know, designed to be. But yeah, I just like to see these two kind of cross paths. So that makes me look forward to what is potential in the future.
Oh, 100%. Then we saw JC Jane looking for Cora Jade. Ooh. Cora tricks her and locks her in a cage.
Wonderful.
I've got WTF. Is this a cartoon?
I wrote that it's very well shot.
Yeah.
These segments, I thought, you know, what is this, Home Alone?
Yeah, no, I wasn't too impressed with that. Tommaso Ciampa in-ring promo. Tell me what you think.
Tommaso. Well, now that Pete Dunne is gone, Petey Poppins, Ciampa is essentially, I guess, the last of the old black and gold guard, right? I don't know if there's someone else that kind of has been there for that kind of amount of time. And I didn't really have that many notes other than like sometimes Tommaso reminds me of Woody Harrelson. The please don't go chant. It took a while. So it looked like it was going to be a bit of a send-off. Then here comes, hey, T, how you fucking doing, Tom? He shows up. I guess this is going to be the guy that Tommaso puts over before going to the main roster. So I'm sure that'll be a decent showing. Tony needs a good opponent at this stage. So, yeah, it was fine. It was fine. I just think it went a little bit long, but that's okay. He was letting his thoughts get out there.
You think Tommaso Ciampa is going to go to the main roster?
Yeah. I think it'd be silly not to.
AEW.
They can't hire any more people. Please, surely, bro. Oh, but he owns Ring of Honor now too. Yeah, still. I don't. They hire him. Go for it. Tony. Hire him. Hire Gargano. Hire Cesaro. Bring Tatanka out of retirement. Hire Tony Storm. Get everyone. Just hire the world, bro. Hire the world.
Fuck, why not, man? Fuck, if you got the money, buddy, do it. The Tommaso Ciampa segment. Yeah, look, I thought it was great. Tommaso Ciampa, I was like, man, you've been in developmental for 7 years, bro.
Well, to be fair,
yeah, they brought him up for a quick stint like a couple years ago. Remember that? And it was like him and Gargano, and then it was like, nope, back down to NXT.
Yeah, well, to be fair, they did have that period of time where it was the third brand, and they won Survivor Series, which is fucking stupid.
No. And that's where like I get into arguments with people. It's never been the third brand, and this is why.
Yeah.
You check Johnny Gargano's paycheck and Pete Dunne's paycheck, and you compare it to say Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, Becky Lynch, Charlotte Flair, Seth Rollins. You want me to keep going? There's the difference when he was there. Yeah. There's the difference, man. That's the difference.
Yeah. So it was always developmental. It always was. That was the intention.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. And like, that's where, like, I think as far as like over critiquing it, there's certain things we can say, yeah, like that didn't make sense. But that's the thing we have to accept with NXT is it's a developmental program. These guys are learning to perform a WWE style. So when they get to a main roster, they don't make these mistakes, or they can call an audible, or they can have someone, the referee, go, hey, do this again. Or maybe they cut it and do it a different way, or whatever the way that they do it.
Yeah.
But next we saw Indy Hartwell versus Persia Pirotta.
Yeah.
You liked it?
I did.
Yeah, I did too. I thought it was cool how they came to the ring together as well. And they're like, they're doing the pose, but then it's like Persia's like doing these ones, and then the match starts, and then the intensity in the match.
Yeah.
And it's almost like when you have that, like, that sort of fight with a sibling or like a close mate that's just been like, you know what, you've been fucking shitting me lately. Like, you get that level of frustration out. I thought it was really, really cool. Only thing like I thought was a little bit like silly was the after match kiss off and make out off fucking session. To me, honest, dude, like, but I'm 40 next month, bro. Like, I'm sure I'm not the demographic that NXT is going for. You know what I'm saying? Like that, you know what I mean? The old school wrestling guy is not the fucking person that their target market is, and I get that. But I thought that was a little bit ridiculous. What do you think?
Well, my notes for this segment were I did pop for Wade Barrett once again with the Paris Hilton Nicole Richie reference and then getting called out for it. Like, it was a long time ago, bro.
It's like fucking 20 years ago, bro.
Fantastic stuff there. Barrett always gets me with one thing at least every show. I thought it was a good match, and you know, it had some stories taking place and crossing over with one another. I'm expecting a mixed tag team match for Stand and Deliver now. You know what? One thing that's annoying for me again is the lazy Dexter's gonna kill. Like, I've had enough of the "gonna kill you" chant. I've had enough of the "this is awesome" chant.
I don't mind the "he's gonna kill you" chant. I think that's pretty cool.
I think it's all right if, you know, some massive dude shows up, but I'm not scared.
But no, but that's the thing, Dexter. You know, like, come on, dude. If Dexter came up behind you right now and was like, you dropped.
I'll be like, what are you doing, creeper? But the best part of the show, bro, was them all kissing after the match. I loved that. I thought it was hilarious. The kiss off.
I thought it was silly. I didn't like it. I thought it was dumb. I didn't like it.
I thought it was great.
but that's the thing, bro. Different people can appreciate different things, and that's where, like, a lot of people have to understand is, like, just what they think is cool in wrestling or think is, you know, good in wrestling doesn't mean that someone else has to. And it's okay to have a difference of opinion, but, you know, like, when you see fans like insulting each other, you dumb fuck. What?
Yeah, exactly, bro. It's
Go
so
and
fucked
die.
up. It's so fucked up how condescending people could be as well.
But dude. But after that, we saw Gigi Dolan.
Yeah, baby.
JJ Dolan, darling, leaning on a garbage bin lid on the skip bin, or I don't know, not skip bin. You know what I'm talking about? Dumpster bin. And I don't know why anyone would go, yeah, I'm going to try and get my belt. The first thing I'm going to do is just I'm going to just fucking jump in this motherfucking thing.
This is so dumb, bro. How could
like,
you not
I would sit there and go, okay, how can I get down here? Like, it's here. Easily you could go around to the side and grab it. But, like, I get they need a story. And then, like, having the thing drop and stuff like that. Again, I've gotten cartoon shit. But Cora Jade promos are getting cool.
Yeah, it was pretty lame.
Yeah. Dominic Mysterio.
Dominic, my son.
Dominic, my son. Versus Raul Mendoza from Legado del Fantasma. Wasn't my favorite match of the night. No. And you know what? Raul Mendoza can go.
Yeah.
Elektra Lopez trying to get, distract, has Ella Henley gets there, pulls her out, and then next thing you know, Briggs and Jensen turn up, and then there's a face-off, and Ray smacks out fucking like Escobar, and I'm like, huh? This did not make sense, bro.
This like got real messy quite quickly. All of a sudden, all of this shit was going on, and then Dominic beats Raul. I don't know. It's a bit weird.
Let me ask you a quick question about Dominic's wrestling style. And this is coming from a fan's perspective. So if there's any workers out there, yes, I know I don't take bumps, but I'm still going to say this. When I watch him wrestle, it's like he's trying to wrestle like he's the same height as his dad.
Yeah, that's what I wrote. That's the one note I wrote on the fucking match. He's too tall. He's like tall.
It's like he's trying to wrestle the exact same style as someone that's short, and it looked weird. Not
Yeah,
bad, not bad. I don't want to say it looked shit or anything like that. It just looked peculiar to me.
because Rail's smaller than him, right?
Oh, by a foot.
Yeah, so it was weird seeing like him picking Dominic up for the head scissors or whatever, and they kind of messed that up. And I was thinking to myself, like, he's too tall to be doing all these moves. Like, if he does them to like a taller, guy that's athletic enough to take it, okay. But when he's against someone smaller, I don't know. I don't know if the cruiserweight style's really for him. He does okay at it, but not when everyone who does the same style is smaller than him by a foot.
I agree, bro. I agree. I just felt he was just certain thing like the 619 he hit was okay, but to me it was just like he just needs to sort of adapt his style and change it and just wrestle more of his own style instead of his dad's sort of style. But that's what all I had. For that, next we had the Scott Hall tribute, which I thought was perfect, absolutely beautiful. We have a question here in the chat. Do you guys think Roman and Brock's match at Mania is going to be the greatest match ever, like WWE is promoting? I think it'll be a decent match. I think if Brock goes over, you kind of just... Roman's had a long run, and if he loses to Brock, it's a believable loss. I just think Roman's so fucking hot right now. Like, I don't know.
I'd have Roman go over, but
I don't know. It's hard. Do I think it's going to be a great match? I think it's going to be a decent match. Do I think it's going to be the greatest match ever?
No, because who the hell's going to be able to follow Shawn Michaels Undertaker at WrestleMania? That to me is probably the greatest of all time, in my opinion, and will never be touched unless we can get a DeLorean and get Bret Hart and Kurt Angle from the 90s to work with each other.
There you go, Chris. Hopefully we answered that question for you. Next, after that Scott Hall tribute, I thought it was really beautiful, very sweet, very well done. Then we saw Cora Jade leaving with the NXT Women's Championship. And she goes, and now she has the keys to Mandy's car. Like, where did you get the key? She just walks over. She didn't even have the keys. Just opens the door and hops in the car, and then just like, I'm gonna just drive off with Mandy's car and her title. And was there any fucking surprise, bro? Like that Mandy was in the back seat, and like, but then again, like if you get hit, like she gets out of the car, like. I suppose like you're not really going to be able to defend yourself like that. But anyway, like we see Mandy. I think it was a cool little throwback with the spray paint on the back. I thought that was pretty dope. The toxic attraction.
Bro. It's just God. There are no rules in this universe. Just throw the can of spray paint on the floor. This is so lazy. Gets in the car. Mandy happens to be in the back seat. Attacks her. It's just lazy. Like, this is just lazy ideas. Oh, what can we do to have Cora try and mess around with Mandy? Like, what, she's really gonna trash her car and destroy her car? Like, it's on the like. I know sometimes you take things too literally. It's like there's a cameraman right there. Why would you? I know it's ridiculous to be like that, but still.
No, I
just think it's just laziness. Some of these ideas that come out in the show.
I agree, man. And then we saw the Creed Bros looking for blood. Wants to know they didn't get their title match. Apparently, they want their match. Then MSK come out in NWO shirts, marks. And then they can't. No, I thought it was a nice tribute. Thank you for doing it. But again, I think like I think actually, you know what? I think it was a nice tribute. I think it was good. But MSK coming out and the shit they were saying, like they're just as deserving as a title shot. I'm like, huh? Hang on a second. Like, didn't you fucking lose to these motherfuckers? Like, that's why they're getting the title shot. And then like Imperium coming out and saying their piece as well. And now there's a triple threat for the tag team titles.
Yay. It's just cookie cutter crap, bro. How many times we've seen the same kind of segment? And I've said it all through this show. So many things, so many instances where we've had angles with continuation of them, or just a one-shot angle for that show, which leads to a match. Everything we've seen before, it's cookie cutter crap. Sorry, I don't usually dislike NXT, but I just thought this was very, very lazy.
Yeah, no, I completely agree, man. I wasn't a fan of this segment. Wasn't a fan of the stuff. I think the Creed brothers put the tag titles on them, give them a solid run, man. Like again, but they're kind of leaning towards baby faces now, aren't they?
Feels like it, yeah.
So again, don't want to contradict myself, but I think if it's going to get a good pop and it's going to be a good payday to get them as the champs, I think they got to do it. But again, I think that they're one of those teams which might not necessarily need the titles to get over.
Yeah, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see where things go, but man, when they start heading towards these specials, or WrestleMania, it's always interesting to see that the tag teams always end up getting grouped together in a big multi-team match. It's never just two teams going at it, is there?
Nah, man, it never is, bro. So, but next we have in the main event of the evening, LA Knight versus Dolph Ziggler for the NXT Championship. Dude, you can't shit on this match at all. Like,
no, of course not.
Two decent performers. I enjoyed the fuck out of this match. I thought it was great. These two are phenomenal in ring. I don't really fucking think the super kick is the way to finish, is the best finish to have in 2022, just because I think it's been so overdone. It's like, but what makes your super kick any different to like the 100 other super kicks we've seen on the show already? Again, I think like the zigzag looks fucking cooler. Why not use that? But again, who knows? But for me, I thought this match was great. Ziggler going over, I wouldn't see them taking the title off him. If they did decide to put the title on LA Knight, wouldn't necessarily be angry about it, but I just don't want to see a mix and match of the title, flipping him back and forth. Braun comes out, lays out Rude with a punch, like one punch. He's like, okay. Then asks for a rematch, and Dolph accepts at Stand and Deliver. So, do you think we are going to see a belly flop, or not a belly flop, but a hot
flip
potato with the title, a flip flop, a flop flop?
Yeah, I think Braun will probably beat Ziggler for it at Stand and Deliver. I can't see why not. But you never know. Stranger things have happened. Maybe they would continue it on, but.
There's rumor Braun's going up to the main roster.
Yeah, exactly that as well. So,
like, I hope not. I hope not, because I think he's still got like.
I think he's got to stay there for at least another year and a half.
That's a long time, bro. That's a long
time. I keep him from now until the next, or maybe from now to like the next Royal Rumble, and have him debut in the Rumble, clean house. Dump a few guys out, but eventually get eliminated by someone on the roster who he can, then maybe work an angle with or something.
Yeah, 100%. But that has been NXT Round Up for the week. Mr. California, thank you for being my co-host for this evening. It is always great to have you on Talk Wrestling. And, man, we never mince our words when we get together and talk wrestling, bro, and this has been no different. But, thank you so much. We've got Joel Southgate in the chat who's just donated $1. Thank you, Joel, for tuning in. Much appreciated, mate. Thank you so much. But, man, Great to have you on, Carl, California. We have to do it again. We will be doing it again, bro. Most likely next week when we take over the NXT Roundup and see what they bring. But what have you got coming up over on the WZWA network?
Oh, I've got plenty of stuff going on, bro. We just started digging into a bit of WWE 2K22. So obviously there's a lot of video game content on our channel, but also with my interview series, the Insider's Edge podcast. Last week, I had the chance to have Vince Russo on the show. This week, XPW, the voice of XPW, Chris Kloss, was just released yesterday. So some exciting things coming up there for the podcast, some big guests coming up soon as well. And that's probably about it, really. Just, a lot of content, a lot of stuff going on at the WCWA network. Usually a daily upload. If not, maybe 5 times a week, you'll get a funny little edit up on our channel.
There you go, guys. Make sure you go check out WZWA network. It is amazing channel. They have some amazing content, some great interviews, some great guests. Do yourselves a favor, go and check it out. Give them a subscribe, give them a thumbs up. They're doing amazing things, much like us over here on the MWA Podcast Network. We got the best on the West and the best on the East, teaming up together every single week to bring you the NXT Roundup, baby. But guys, make sure wherever you're finding us, do me a favor, hit that subscribe, hit that share, hit that like, leave us a comment, donate, subscribe, cheer, all that good shit. If you're listening to us on a podcast platform, please leave us a 5-star review. It is muchly appreciated. But it's time for us to ride off into the sunset. Mr. California, you have an amazing day, brother. I know you always do and always will. But guys, without further ado, well, now it is further ado, it's time for us to fuck off, clearly. But guys, huge shout outs to our sponsors, healthvape.com and sleeps.com. Use that promo code MWAPOD to get a 10% discount on your final purchases. Anyway, guys, we'll catch you next week. Take care. Brush your hair. All good. See you next week.